So, really quick, before we get into the video, I just want to say a special thank you to all of the newbies that have joined the channel. I noticed that you guys are trickling in. You guys are leaving beautiful, inspirational comments, and I am totally here for it. Also, I want to say a special shout out to all of those who've been attending my live sessions. If you don't know, we go live every single Wednesday now, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, yeah, if you're not a part of it, you need to be a part of it because it is a really cool community. We just get together. Y'all could come in and we just talk. We just connect on a whole nother level. It's a good time. So as I always say, bring your favorite poison. Come join us Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on YouTube on this channel so you can meet some really cool people yourself. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So what if the only thing holding you back isn't the world, but the limits you agree to? That's a good question. What if every time you say, does this make sense? Or what do you think I should do? You're actually handing your power over to somebody else. And here's the follow-up that's gonna make you kind of uncomfortable. How many decisions have you made this week that were actually your decisions versus decisions you made based on what you thought other people wanted you to do? Grab your wine because we need to have a serious conversation about the sneaky ways you're asking for permission without even realizing it. And I'm talking about stuff that goes way deeper than just asking your friends for advice. We are about to unpack some patterns that have been running your life from behind the scenes. And honestly, some of this might sting a little. But if you're tired of feeling like you need everybody else's approval to make a move, if you're sick of second guessing yourself into paralysis, we need to go there together. So let's start with something people never think about. The beliefs you're carrying around that aren't even yours. Right now, I want you to think about what you believe about success. So let's just start there. Where did those beliefs come from? Because I can guarantee you at least half of them came from your parents, your teachers, your culture, maybe even some random comment somebody made when you were 12 that stuck with you. Now, here's what I want you to do. Actually write down 3 to 5 beliefs you have about yourself or success or money. Just write them down. Seriously, pause the video and do it real quick. Then for each one, ask yourself, where did this belief come from? Was it something your mom always said, something you learned in school, or something like society told you that was true? Now, here's the big question. Is this still true, or is it just a belief that you inherited like an old piece of furniture you never bothered to get rid of? Let me give you some examples. Money doesn't grow on trees. I know you've heard that one. Rich people are greedy. You have to work hard to be successful. These money stories run so deep, and most of us don't even realize we're operating from them. Your parents' relationship with money becomes your relationship with money until you consciously decide to change it anyway. Here's what you're gonna do. Reframe those limiting beliefs into empowering truths. I don't know how to make money becomes I can learn how to create wealth. I'm not smart enough becomes I can trust myself to figure things out. It's selfish to want more becomes my success creates opportunities for others too. But here's the key. You have to take one small action that contradicts that old belief. So if you believe you're not qualified, apply for something you think you're unqualified for anyway. If you believe you can't charge what you're worth, raise your prices. If you believe you can't trust your own judgment, make one decision this week without asking anyone else what they think. You would be amazed at what doing the opposite of what you normally do changes your perspective on things and eventually your limiting beliefs. And start surrounding yourself with voices that stretch your thinking too. Read books by people who've done what you want to do. Once you start doing this, you'll notice something wild happening. You'll start collecting evidence that contradicts your limiting beliefs. Every time you see someone like you succeed, every time you accomplish something that was impossible, or at least you thought so, you're building a new database of what's actually possible. So now let's talk about how you seek guidance, because this is where it gets a little tricky. Getting advice isn't the problem. Shopping for permission is. And here's what I mean. You have an idea. So you ask your mom what she thinks. She's not super supportive, so you ask your best friend. She's kind of lukewarm, so you ask your coworker. You keep going until someone says yes, and then you use that one yes to override all the no's. Or on the flip side, You keep asking until someone gives you a reason not to do it. And then you use that as an excuse to stay safe, also known as self-sabotage. Stop it. Choose one or two trusted voices, whether it be like a mentor, a coach, maybe one friend who actually gets it, and stop collecting endless opinions. Quality over quantity. And here's the thing about advice addiction. Sometimes seeking guidance is just procrastination in disguise. You're not actually looking for information, you're looking for someone to take responsibility for your decision so that if it goes wrong, you can blame them instead of yourself. I know people who do this, and they are a trip. There's a difference between permission seekers and decision makers. Permission seekers ask, what should I do? Meanwhile, decision makers ask, here's what I'm thinking, what am I missing? When you do get good advice, implement it fully before you start tweaking it too. Don't half commit and then wonder why it didn't work out. Follow through completely, then use the results as feedback. Actually, start keeping a follow-through log. Every time you say you're going to do something, write it down and check it off when you do it. This builds confidence in your ability to act on your own decisions. Focus on results as feedback, not perfection. Even imperfect action teaches you something. Even failure gives you data, but staying stuck in analysis paralysis teaches you absolutely nothing. You can't make good decisions if you don't know who you are or what you stand for. This is foundational stuff that most people skip, and then they wonder why they feel so lost all the time. Get clear on your talents. What are you naturally good at? What do people come to you for? What feels easy to you, but maybe hard to other people? Get clear on your values. What matters most to you? What are you not willing to compromise on? What kind of person do you want to be? Then figure out who needs what you have. Who are your people? Who would benefit from your talents, your perspective, your experience? Create a personal mission statement. It doesn't have to be fancy, it just has to be clear. For example, I help women build confidence. I create beautiful spaces that make people feel peaceful. I solve problems that make businesses more efficient. When you know who you are and who you serve, decisions become that much easier. You can say yes to opportunities that align with your purpose and no to everything else without feeling guilty about it. And here's the key. Revisit this clarity regularly because who you are evolves as you grow. Like it never stays the same. What mattered to you 5 years ago, for example, it may just not matter to you the same now. And that's totally normal. If you're finding this helpful so far, stick around for this whole conversation because we're about to get into some patterns you probably don't even realize you're doing. And these insights could honestly change everything about how you show up in the world. So let's talk about the words coming out of your mouth because they're giving away more than you think. You're asking for permission in subtle ways, through your language, and most of the time you don't even notice you're doing it. For example, does this make sense? What do you think? I was thinking maybe, I'm sorry, but is it okay if, I hope this isn't stupid, but these are all permission-seeking phrases. You're literally asking people to validate your thoughts before you'll stand behind them. That's crazy, right? Does this make sense? Implies that your idea might not make sense and you need someone else to tell you if it's valid. What do you think? When you've already made up your mind is just seeking approval. I was thinking maybe is hedging your bets so you can backtrack if they don't like it. And don't even get me started on I'm sorry, but. You're apologizing for having an opinion or taking up space before you even say what you want to say. Start paying attention to how you phrase things. Instead of, does this make sense? Try, here's what I'm thinking. Instead of, what do you think I should do? Try, I'm planning to do this. Is there anything I'm not considering? Own your statements. I think instead of, I feel like maybe. I've decided instead of, I was thinking about possibly. This isn't about being arrogant or not caring what other people might think. It's more so about presenting your ideas with confidence instead of immediately undermining them. Please hear me when I say that not everyone deserves access to your vision. I need you to understand this. Your dreams are precious and you need to protect them like you'd protect anything else that's valuable to you. There are dream killers out there and dream igniters, and you need to learn to tell the difference between the both of them quite quickly. Dream killers are the people who immediately point out all of the risks, all the reasons it won't work, all the obstacles you're going to face. Dream igniters are the people who see the possibility and want to help you figure out how to make it happen. This gets complicated with family because they think they're protecting you when they're actually limiting you. Your parents' fears are not your limits. Their lack of vision doesn't mean your vision isn't valid either. When you share a dream with someone and their first response is about everything that could go wrong, stop sharing with them. Period. When someone asks, "But what if it doesn't work?" instead of, "How can I support you?" they're not your person for this conversation. They're what I consider not qualified in this particular case. Replace over-explaining with confident action. You don't need to defend your dreams to people who don't get them. "You'll see when it's ready" is a complete response. And if someone genuinely wants to understand what you're doing, let them experience it with you instead of trying to convince them with words. Show them, don't tell them. You ever hear the age-old phrase, actions speak louder than words? And remember, other people's limits are not your limits. Just because they couldn't do it or wouldn't do it doesn't mean you can't. The people who matter will support you even if they don't understand. And the people who don't support you don't matter as much as you think they do. Here's the truth nobody wants to tell you. You don't need two yeses. You don't need one from you and one from someone else. You just need one from you, and that's enough. Stop waiting for external validation to move. Trust yourself enough to take action without approval from the committee in your head or the people in your life. Your dream is valid because you said so. Period. Your goal is worth pursuing because it matters to you. Your idea is worth trying because you believe in it. But here's what actually builds self-belief. Action. Not thinking about it, not planning it to death, not getting more opinions about it, but taking a small, imperfect step today. Action builds evidence that you can trust yourself. And every time you do something, despite being unsure, you prove to yourself that you can handle uncertainty. Every time you make a decision and stick with it, you build your decision-making muscles. You don't need to see the whole staircase to take that first step. And you don't need to have it all figured out to start figuring it out. Give yourself the permission you're waiting for. Give yourself the approval you're seeking. And give yourself the validation that you need. Then, have several seats. When you walk in your gifts, when you pursue your purpose, when you stop playing small, you become a blessing to other people. Your progress impacts your family, your friends, and people you may never even meet. Your success gives other people permission to dream bigger as well. So it's much bigger than you. Your courage inspires other people to be brave. Your authenticity helps other people feel safe being themselves. And every step you take forward is part of your legacy, whether you're aware of it or not. It's bigger than just you. When you hold yourself back, you're not just limiting yourself, you're limiting everyone who could be inspired by your example. Playing small doesn't serve anyone. Your dim light doesn't make other people feel better about themselves either. It just makes the world a little bit darker. You were given talents and your dreams and your vision for a specific reason. It's not selfish to pursue them. It's actually selfish not to. See every step forward as part of the difference you were meant to make. Own the fact that showing up fully is how you serve the world. You don't need permission to be great. You don't need approval to chase your dreams. You don't need validation to take up space. You just need to decide that you're worth betting on. You just need to choose to trust yourself. You just need to take permission instead of asking for it. So here is what I want you to do this week. Pick one area where you've been asking for permission. Maybe it's like a business idea or like a boundary you want to set. Maybe it's even a conversation that you need to have. Take one small action without asking anyone else what they think first. Send that email, make that phone call, post that thing. Have the conversation. Notice how it feels to act from your own authority instead of seeking external approval. And then notice how you handle whatever response you get from that. Start building evidence that you can trust yourself to make good decisions. Start proving to yourself that you don't need everyone else's permission to live your life. The limits you've been living within, most of them aren't even real, if we're being completely honest. They're just agreements you made a long time ago that you forgot you can renegotiate. You have everything you need to make the changes you want to make. You have everything you need to pursue the dreams that matter to you. You have everything you need to stop asking for permission and start taking it. The world is waiting for what you have to offer, so stop making it wait any longer. Y'all, we have unpacked a lot, but this is just the beginning. Join the fam by hitting the subscribe button below so we can continue the conversation. I'll see you guys in the next video.